In nature, some creatures can't survive without each other. Different species, completely dependent on one another. Here's every symbiotic relationship explained. Clownfish live inside sea anemones, whose tentacles are covered in stinging cells that kill most fish instantly. How it works? Clownfish have a special mucus coating that makes them immune to the anemone's sting. In exchange for shelter, the clownfish chases away predators that try to eat the anemone, and its waste provides nutrients for the anemone. The result? The clownfish gets a safe home no predator dares enter. The anemone gets protection and food. Neither one survives as well without the other. Oxpecker birds sit on the backs of rhinos, zebras, and buffalo, picking off ticks and parasites from their skin. How it works? The bird gets an easy meal, a constant supply of insects living on the animal's body. The mammal gets pest control, since ticks can carry diseases and cause infections. The twist? Oxpeckers also peck at wounds to drink blood, which can sometimes keep wounds open longer. Scientists debate whether this relationship is purely beneficial or slightly harmful to the host. Bees fly from flower to flower collecting nectar for food. How it works? While collecting nectar, pollen sticks to their bodies. As they move to the next flower, they transfer that pollen, allowing the plant to reproduce. The result? Bees get food. Flowers get pollinated. This relationship is so vital that roughly 1/3 of the food humans eat depends on bee pollination. Without bees, entire ecosystems would collapse. Remora fish attach themselves to sharks using a suction disc on their heads. How it works? The remora gets free transportation across the ocean, protection from predators who fear the shark, and leftover scraps from the shark's meals. The shark side? Sharks don't seem to benefit directly, but they also aren't harmed. The remora doesn't take anything from the shark's body, just its leftovers. This is called commensalism. One species benefits and the other is unaffected.
Trillions of bacteria live inside your intestines right now. How it works? These bacteria break down food you can't digest on your own, producing vitamins like B12 and K. In exchange, your gut provides them a warm, food-rich environment to live in. Why it matters? Without these bacteria, you couldn't fully digest fiber, and your immune system would be weaker. Scientists now consider gut bacteria almost like an additional organ, essential for survival. Certain fig trees can only be pollinated by one specific species of wasp. How it works? A female wasp crawls inside a fig to lay her eggs, pollinating it in the process. She often loses her wings and antennae squeezing through the tiny entrance and dies inside after laying eggs. The result? Her offspring hatch inside the fig, mate, and the new females fly off to find another fig, continuing the cycle. Without this specific wasp, that species of fig tree cannot reproduce at all. Cleaner shrimp set up cleaning stations on coral reefs. Fish line up and wait their turn. How it works? The shrimp picks parasites, dead skin, and food debris off the fish's body, even swimming inside the fish's mouth and gills without being eaten. The trust? Even predatory fish that could easily eat the shrimp allow this, because the cleaning service is too valuable. It's one of the few places in the ocean where predator and potential prey call a truce. These partnerships prove survival isn't always about competition. Sometimes it's about two completely different species needing each other to live. If you want every creature that reproduces without a partner explained, let me know. Subscribe.